These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LCK Summer Split matchup.
Is looking for a bit of harassment, but Faker is going to be able to dish back quite a bit. As the pool is going to come through there, some tides of blood coming out, and I'm just doing my very best to try and remember what Vladimir's abilities are called, and didn't do too badly. But you can see the trading is not as good.
Rocket Belt, obviously, also the buffs that it received recently, where it got a ton of extra health, has made it a lot more desirable. And if you're Vladimir, that kind of does sound like a dream scenario, as we do have the trade coming through here, where the grubs are being taken by T1. We do have the light in the area, but with Prio for top and mid, I don't think that they can get more than maybe a cheeky steal here for Peanut.
Yeah, Peanut is just going to walk in and sort of punch a little bit here, as Delight will throw the exhaust down onto Faker. He just pops back to his distortion and says thanks for the summoner spell.
The end of the world. But you are looking ideally to turn that bot side and mid lane pressure as Ozeka.
Yeah, he is going to get hit. There's the ulti. It is blocked, but does do a fair bit of work as the kick comes through. Chain going to come down, and now Peanut's looking for Owner. He's taking a lot of damage. Cease and desist comes in, and that's first blood to Peanut. And Faker now looking to try and get him, but the arrow is going to sail wide, and he says, top of the morning. Arrow will hit onto Doran. He goes into his pool eventually, but says that was rude. My goodness. Dragon number 2, and that will mean that both teams trading the first couple of dragons and the grubs.
I wonder if Doran is going to be in time. So what they did here is they swapped Viper towards top to ensure that they get the grubs. I think they're a little bit late on this. We'll see. I don't think they're going to get this, but maybe they get the fight.
Yeah, that's a teleport to come in as now Doran throws down the Hemo Plague. Tides of blood coming out. They put up the door, and that will interrupt Delight, trying to make his way in with the quickness.
Drake is taken here, but Hanwha Life, I don't think they ended up paying too much. Ended up throwing away a teleport, which isn't the end of the world. Doran is still able to catch the bot side wave. And we do have Mountain, which I think for both teams, it's best if you don't give it to the opponent, because they're both very bursty. T1's, I'd say, is more reliant on actually like getting an initial pick. But even for Hanwha, you know, getting your Ziggs poke to land is a lot worse.
Turret, guys.
Yeah, that's a massive win for Hanwha Life. Because yes, you trade flash for flash, but that doesn't really matter. Hanwha Life, so they overloaded the top half of the map there with the express intention as, Viper, he is low and doesn't have Satchel.
Yeah, it's the flash forward from Faker. Viper is going to flash away, and now Peanut is just trying to play interference. Mega Inferno Bomb comes down, but Faker is not going to die to that one and is now looking for Peanut, possibly. Vault Breaker should be able to keep him alive here, and the interruption is gorgeous from Peanut. Avoids the Q there as well, and is now thinking that he fancies the 1v1.
Even if Owner hits that final Q, wouldn't have made a difference. And T1, all these mid-jungle plays not actually working out due to Peanut and Zeka's ability to just eat these ganks and eat these plays consistently has now meant that the necessary lead for T1 really isn't anywhere to be found. And I don't think that it's lights out just yet, but they need to stack these dragons.
That's kind of what you want to see. We have seen other Ziggs who's not quite managed to do so, and it makes Orcs disappointed. So thankfully, Viper has done a decent job, as Owner doesn't quite find the Q onto Delight here, who's been pretty quiet so far this game. I think it's been the Peanut show.
Side lane, something like Zace's cannon might become a problem to deal with, but you have the lockdown to deal with Faker in this with this Vi. As mid lane turret falls before Viper's might on this Ziggs. Unsurprising in T1, yeah, they get the dragon, but you feel a lot better about this if that was the Soul Dragon. And then between that and his ultimate, he's gonna have a completely unreasonable amount of MR. And there's a Mountain as, Faker, I think he knows this is risky. Vi has the lockdown, Peanut's waiting.
Pops back to his distortion, now that's on cooldown, gets back to the other one as well. Underneath the turret they go, but the ulti flies through, the arrow is going to connect! And that is Peanut taken down. Delight comes in to finish the job, and they go 1-for-1, but the turret is going to fall on the top side. T1 taking more.
And Faker able to drag him back. Peanut not able to set up for the Ziggs. That would have been an early kill. Very, very cleanly done. His Owner,
he's just dead here underneath this turret. Will get knocked up by Zeka's Q. That's nicely done there, but a little bit out of place was the Lee Sin.
As many of us will remember, if you were watching in 2022,
Yeah, this season he's been more like the Corky guy, and he doesn't die very much and then does okay in team fights. It's been a subdued season.
Clear. They're using the ability to just take side lane turrets at a moment's notice, and this is a big fight right here. Possible soul point for T1, and otherwise Hanwha Life sitting peachy.
Does it feel like do or die? Because I'm starting to get that vibe, as right now T1 collapsing onto this dragon. Doran trying to keep himself alive here in this side lane as Peanut off to the side as well. Viper wants to find an angle to get that bomb down, and let's see whether Delight can layer through that ulti. Teleports come in from the Vladimir as the Dragon's down to sub 50%. T1 feeling a little bit dicey about this play, considering the fact that it's a 5-stack of Hanwha Life esports players. They do manage to take down HemoPlay, comes in. The ulti from Zeka is gigantic, and everyone explodes. Faker's still alive. Zeus trying to do what he can, but he will just be popped. They get rid of Viper once again. Faker gets his second kill on him, but he's the last man standing.
Owner had the Q, I think tried to maybe get back, but instead, looks like Hanwha Life have taken the decisive lead here in this game, #1, and oh man, again.
Oh, the arrow splash damage for the takedown. Yeah, not going to happen, not this time. And that is going to be the Baron secured here by Hanwha Life esports to the backs of camels.
Oh yeah.
Because Hanwha Life esports with this Baron are pushing down this inner turret on the top side, and with Baron it's a Ziggs, and he just mows everything down. He's a demolitionist. But he's in a side lane right now. We are going to see that Faker is looking to try and deny this take on the inner turret, but it's not going to happen. Another pull going to come forward. There's a Mega Inferno Bomb. So much damage as Gumayushi is just eviscerated. There goes Owner as well, and the ulti comes through from Zeka. Oh my goodness. He does turn up. He's like, is there a beach party happening? And they're going to find it. Delight just whiffs that one completely, but I don't think Peanut's going to go down.
Yeah, this is where you start discussing the next game, Atlas. And I think this one is pretty textbook, right? Coming out of draft, we knew T1 had to use the mid jungle. I don't even feel like it was misplays early on that like Owner and Faker
like if the POG goes to Peanut, I think that's okay. We're going to get a bit of an interrupt here on to Delight, who is pretty tanky to be perfectly honest, looking for some cooldowns. Is now Peanut setting up for it, and T1 realizing that they cannot go too far.
So, Sunny's a watch.
Yeah.
Maybe some, you know, an understated
what's the hat that Brolaf wears? Maybe that's Doran. All right, Mega Inferno Bomb, just get rid of the minion wave. It is not going to be enough to save this turret. And I think, Doran might also be dead. The kick does come back, and that chain CCs the Vladimir. A bit of an opportunity here as Hanwha Life esports are taking a fair bit on the other side of the map, as Faker kind of outplaying Zeka here, but he just bounces back. Caster cursed him, so we'll just have to keep an eye on what he's going to do next.
Do you want to say something good about Zeus?
All right.
That's such a good game. Only died once.
Yeah, he is also killing an inner turret. It's really cool.
Bounty gold!
He's now really dead, but he did do his job, and they're just not going to waste any cooldowns on him. Did do a fair bit of damage to Zeka, but he is going to be able to get all that back. Infinity Edge now in hand.
They can invest a bunch of people to kill an annoying Yordle inside.
They have a Ziggs, who's got a teleport flank happening here as well. Carrier in a fair bit of trouble. Let's see whether Owner can actually make this one happen.
That could make it extend. There's a bounty as well.
Yep, in goes Peanut. They're looking for the fight. Mega Inferno Bomb comes down. They lock up the Ashe, and they just had a Freljordian bounty out, I guess, on both of them. As now Faker's in trouble. He is just dead. I think that is HemoPlague will be able to finish. Never mind.
Okay, secret agent
Owner. Yeah, Owner is just looking to try and get it done. Zeka is 1v1ing the Baron.
They still don't know.
Faker is Alcove Gaming, looking to try and get himself out.
They don't know.
It's going to be Viper that locks up that. Sorry, it's Delight that locks up.
It's the loop gone.
This is super weird. I have no idea what's going on here. He's looped around forever. He's looking for the angle, but he gives away his position. And now they're going to try and get him out of there. The knockup does come on through. The Ziggs locks up the kill. Zeus is not able to take down the Baron, and this game is over, ladies and gentlemen.
Owner just sitting in that brush as his entire team gets massacred. Like, guys, if I can steal
it was like
Galaxy
Brain confusion over and over again. And it turned into a little bit of a confusing outcome there as T1, they had to throw a Hail Mary. It did not connect, and Hanwha Life esports are looking to take down game number 1.
Absolute masterclass from the mid-jungle duo from Hanwha Life here. Able to detect every single early play. And again, I know he wasn't the main character, but that Zig pick, we got to look after it, because it feels like it also allows Zeka to just pick Yone like this.
Yeah, and he went 4-0-10, and he had, like, he was the one focused in the early game.
15 ganks, Atlas.
I know, it's absolutely absurd.
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LCK Summer Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.